Only a few days into the new year, 9 days into the new 2024 year, and Big Red, Milwaukee IA, already releasing new tools, coming out with announcements, which I have for you today. All right, so we're just going to get into this. If you don't already know, the Milwaukee IA, the M18 lineup, very large lineup, 250 plus tools. So one of the larger lineups on the market, and they continuously come out with new things. Now, the one I'm going to show you right now, you're probably going to say to yourself, I don't even want to think about this right now. There's no way. It's cold outside. It's nasty outside. It's snowing outside. It's hailing outside. Sleeting outside, whatever. I guarantee, though, in about 4 months, you're going to be wishing you had something like this. So let me show you what it is. This is the new Milwaukee IA. It's the 18-inch fan. Now, this is bare tool. We'll talk about price. We'll talk about specs. There are a couple things on this fan that I think they were pretty smart by adding. So we'll talk about runtime, all that good stuff. But here's your general picture. This is what they came out with, well, for us to show you. And there's a link in the description below. You can check this out if you want. Now, what I like about this here is that it is not only battery powered, it is also able to be plugged in. You can use a cord, so you could run this thing all day long. In Milwaukee, listen, I'm telling you straight out, they don't want you to plug anything in. They want you on their battery platform. And that makes sense for them. But for us and people that might not be in the platform and they're going into the store and need a fan, a larger fan, this is good that you can plug this thing in and you can run it on the batteries if you want to. So anybody can use this fan. You do not have to be in their ecosystem to operate it or use it on the job site, around your house, whatever. So really the only pictures I'm able to find of this as of now are here. They didn't really send a lot in the press release. However, this is the AC port. Bear with me. It just is what it is. That's the AC port. You can plug this thing in. What's cool about this, and you might not think that it's cool, but it's a stackable design. What that means is if you're a larger outfit or maybe you have a warehouse, you need a couple fans. Instead of storing these things upright, you can stack them together, move them around, store them. I guess a smaller area, less take up room, whatever. I'm just throwing that out there. Stackable design. This is your M18 battery port. It's going to go up on top. We'll talk about all the specs. I'll show you that, but 50-foot reach and 13.5 mil per hour airspeed. Brushless motor, and then 360-degree head rotation. And again, powered by the battery or the cord. Now you're looking down here. This is weather resistant, water resistant, and impact resistant. Let me show you a couple more pictures. So this is the power that you're going to get. So 3400 CFM. Blade settings, you got a low, a medium, and high, so 3 altogether. Airspeed, 13.5 mils per hour. And then the blade diameter, 18 inch. The width, you can see this right now. I'm not going to read all that. Length. And then the weight is 17 pounds. I'm guessing that's without the battery. But what's important to you, I'm sure, is runtime. So this is what their chart is saying. If you had a standard 5.0, you can run it on 2 hours on high, 5 hours on medium. Low, you can run it up to 9 hours. On high, with the 12, the big boy, the 12 AH, looking at 5 hours, 12 hours on medium, and 23 hours on low. So 5 hours on high, 12 hours on medium, 23 hours on low. Now, I like this little comparison guide. So the M12 mounting fan, the CFM is only 400 on that. The airspeed is 14 miles per hour. On the M18 job site fan, the CFM is 640. The wind speed is 15 miles per hour. But the larger one, you're looking at 3400 CFM. The wind speed lower, but you're getting that much larger swath. That CFM is really pushing out that air. So that's going to make up for that. So don't think just because this is 13.5 miles per hour that it's going to be less powerful than this. This is 3400 CFM. So it's going to push out much more air on you than these smaller ones would. Now, again, they are stating that this is impact resistant, so you can use and abuse a little bit, and weather resistant, dust and weather resistant. So I would imagine that's a pretty good thing on the construction sites. You're going to have dust, you're going to have debris, you're going to knock this thing over, you're going to drop things on it. So here's a front view of this thing. And again, 360-degree rotation. There's no misting on this. Would I like to have seen that? There just isn't. You can see this goes up here. That's where the battery is going to go. I'm guessing that's where the cord's going to go. And you can see a couple different pictures. So it's a pretty nice size. and you got the carrying handle up on top, which is pretty nice. Now, you're only going to get the 1 year warranty. I would have liked to have seen like 2 years, 3 years, but 1 year, I mean, it is what it is. That's all they're offering. So 1 year warranty. All right, so another important thing, what about the cost? Well, I'm going to tell you straight out, I don't know who comes up with this idea of marking these things up at a crazy price and saying that it's all like 50% off or whatever. It's not 50%, it's like 40%. $425. This fan will never ever cost $425, and if it ever does, never buy it. But at $249.99, which is $250, that 1 penny isn't fooling me at all. It's $250. Yeah, I mean that's in line with what's out on the market. Again, there's no misting on this. You know, would have liked to have seen a misting fan. That would have been a little bit more expensive, but $249. I'm curious to know what you think. Now, there is no reviews up here. You can pre-order this thing. I'll leave a link in the description below. But this is the new Milwaukee IA 18-inch portable cordless fan. So I'm glad they got it. $245. I don't know why they do that. I think it's because people are like, oh, look, it's a great deal. You ain't fooling us. Come on, man. Now, there were a couple other things announced, and I'll just be straight out. It's PPE, and I'm not going to dedicate a whole video to PPE. It's not because I don't believe in safety. I love safety. It's just because it's not that fun. It's not that interesting, and you're not going to click on that video. You're probably clicking off right now. And the other thing is, I'm not your safety guy. Ask your safety guy what you should be wearing. Safety goggles. I mean, you know, this is some oblique impact protection for linemen, I'm guessing, electrical, or if you're going into space. But they do. They got some new helmets. They got some new vests, glasses, all kind of stuff. So just to let you know, they do. It's a cooling stuff too, right? Heat on the job with new cooling solutions. Those are really nice. I will give that to them. You know, working in the mills and all that stuff back in the day, I remember it would be 100 degrees outside and 140 degrees or 130 degrees inside, and you just thought you were just going to kill over. So stuff like this, man, it's real nice like. So, you know, they got a bunch of different stuff. Just pause the video. You can see down here exactly what they got. New workwear, all kind of good stuff. So I might have a couple pictures to just show you a couple pictures real quick. These are nice. These are going your hard hats. You got the bands. You can put these on the inside. Keeps your head real nice and cool. I know you ain't thinking about that in the wintertime, but believe me, when it gets warm out, when it gets hot out, you're thinking about these. So nice cooling solutions. You can put these in the cold water, put them back, and they're going to absorb and then keep you cool. So that's pretty real nice like. And there's a couple of new pictures for like the hard hat. I love this picture. I just do. I love the picture, but you can see through his hat right there. And okay, this is the same picture without you being able to see through his head. And then you got, you know, all kind of stuff going on over here. I don't know. It's all kind of safety stuff. I'm not your safety guy. Talk to him or her. And yeah, Milwaukee has. I love that picture. I just love it. All right, we'll be back with more videos soon.